Hey guys, what's up? Tspoon here. Today I'm bringing you a Gears of War gameplay, and I have a couple of things to talk about. They're kind of random all over the place, so they're not going to be based on one topic for today. But they're good things to talk about, so I think everyone should need to know this if they're going to be on a team and if they want to improve their support game. Um, the first thing I want to talk about is changing the morale of your team. Now, there's games that I play and I have teammates that I'm talking to, and they're just really negative towards me, and they call me a scrub, and like the littlest things they point out, and they bring you down pretty much while you're playing the game. And you don't really like playing with people that way because it brings down your confidence level in your shots, and it brings down your confidence level altogether. So trash talking your own teammates is never a good idea if you want them to play better. Like, let's say some guy's getting killed every round, and you should give him a morale boost, not bring it down. How to improve on not being as negative, because I know I do it too sometimes, and I'm not proud of it, but I do it sometimes. But what I'm trying to do to improve that is, my mic has a mute button. I mean, if I have something really bad to say about like someone, or if something that happens and I'm not happy with it, I just click on that mute button, and I just say what I have to say without them hearing it, and it registers in my mind that they're hearing it, but they're not really hearing it. I don't know. It helps me out. I mean, if I'm gonna talk trash about someone, I don't usually do it. But if someone's like really pissing me off and they're bringing down the team a lot. Sometimes, I don't know, stuff just slips right out. I'm sure everyone does it, but yeah. Anyways, on to the next thing. Having great chemistry with your team. Now, you probably heard in my other videos that I cut out the first rounds, or the first round isn't that good, because I always try to get a feel for how my team plays instead of focusing on the actual game. I like to go in there and see, like, okay, he goes in at these points and they like to rush more, or they like to sit back with their lancers and support people more, or they like to do this in this situation kind of thing. Yeah, so that's why the games that I normally have or are 3 rounds and not just 2, because I like to focus on, okay, these guys do this, and now I know how to adapt to it. But it's just what I do, and it helps me out a lot. I mean, you guys can just go in there, do your own thing. That works too. I mean, I do that in many games, and that always works for me. But just giving you guys a little tip on how to improve working with other people is giving yourself a chance to adapt to their playstyle, pretty much. And this goes for if you're starting a team too. Don't get discouraged right away, because right away you're not going to be amazing with the person that you team with. A little story about that is I joined Modded Talent. I know you guys already know this, but I joined Modded Talent, and I was playing with these 2 kids that I've never really played with before, because they're my friends, and they normally played with them a lot, but I never had the chance to play with them. So the first couple matches, it was really hard to get a handle on them, like how they were playing, but so don't get discouraged after a couple matches with your new team saying, oh man, this isn't gonna work, I should find new members. Trust me, it'll click. And right now I pretty much know everything about my teammates, and I know exactly when to go in, and when they're not going in, and when they're gonna go in, and when they're gonna back out, and when they're gonna go for nades or something like that, you know what I mean? um just today I was playing with one of my members. His name's Wongshot. um we we should have won 2v5 on execution ranked, but they were using retros at the end of it and sawed-offs and stuff like that. And I mean, if you have a full team versus just 2 guys, it's really hard to win against that, let alone when they're using lancers or shotguns, because if they just had the slightest communication, they're going to beat you. They'll just go one way, all 5 of them, versus just you 2, and yeah, it's just not a good thing. But we got 4 rounds on them, and then they started to use sawed-offs and retros. So I mean, it just goes to show that if you have chemistry and good communication, you can pretty much take on a full team with just 2-3 people. Yeah. So on the next topic for this gameplay, I know it's really It's really all over the place on my topics, but they're just some things I just come up with, and I'm like, oh, I should tell people about this because I think that it'll help them. So yeah, on to the next topic. Different types of supporting your team. Now you guys might think that supporting your team is just shooting with your Lancer and helping them get damage on guys. No, that is not what supporting your team. Well, that's kind of what supporting your team is, but it's not to the full extent of supporting your team. In this gameplay, you'll see towards the end I do some of these things. Three things I'm going to talk about are helping your team when he goes in and giving him support fire to get that kill or that down, so he gets a better, gets a better result on what's going on. The next thing I'm gonna talk about, keeping suppressive fire on the enemy team. Now, in this gameplay, there's a guy lantering at my team, and from their side concession, and I'm just shooting him down every time he pops up his head. So that's another thing you can do to support your team, is keep people in cover instead of up and firing. Even if you're not supporting your team with the Lancer bullets directly on the guy that they're shooting, it's taking away their support player and giving your guy a nice 1v1 that he should win if he has a skill. And I know my team is capable of taking on anyone in a 1v1. It's just, you just gotta support them that way and keep the enemy support down in cover and not shooting at your team. The next thing I want to talk about is taking bullets for your teammates. I do it in this gameplay too. It's my friend improvises, my teammate improvises. He goes in on their concession and he pushes down a little bit and gets into a 2v1. And as he's running away, I know he's weak, so I'm gonna go behind him as he's running away and soak up the damage from those stray bullets that might get him down or anything like that. And that's a really good way to support your team, by taking the fire. I know I do it all the time. I always just dive right in the way of boom shots or torpos or anything like that. And I mean, I'm not the best main slayer, so if I can protect our main slayers, as instead of them getting boom shot or instead of them getting torque bowed, I'll do that. I'll dive right in front of the way, so I know that my team has a better chance of winning with the main slayers and the people that are better with the power weapons and stuff like that. So I'll take a bullet for them pretty much. Yeah, those are just some ways and some things you can practice on in taking the better support role. So yeah, that's pretty much all the topics I have for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And I know it's a little longer, but if you bared with me to the end, I love you, and you guys have a good day.